Obrigado, everybody. I think that's Portuguese for hello. Hope you're all having a brilliant day. We're back in Europe for the first time for RFL here on round 3 of 20 for the what's it officially called? The Algarve International Circuit. But everybody really calls it Portimao. Let's be honest. We're here for round 3, and after Sam and Mike did Saudi Arabia last week, I've heard that was quite an interesting race. I'll be up on both the RFL and the International Paddock YouTube channel pretty soon if it isn't already. But Kislesko's left the session already. Well done, buddy. Do I happen to have the man? View gamer card. Invite to my game. Bosh. Now that's how you do it. Couple of drivers out on laps. Kesjar off on the inside of turn 4. I think we're trying to let cars through. Kislesko is, however, back in play. Let's go back to Light Shock as he comes over the top of the hill through 9 and 10. There's a reason why this circuit is called the roller coaster, or nicknamed the roller coaster, and you'll see why. We'll do a lap on board with the Haas in just a second. But personally, this is one of my absolute favourite tracks, especially in terms of a driving experience. Let's go on board with the Haas as they climb up the hill to start the lap. It's quite early, just past the brow of the hill, and then down towards turn 1. It's about the same decline as there is incline. You flick it into turn 1. Let's pop the telemetry on as well. Through the kink at 2, you barely really notice it. It does really seem to be an extension of that first corner. Hairpin at 3, difficult left-hander at 4. It's sort of just wider than 90 degrees, but it is incredibly open in terms of the angle. Braking for 5 again, slight brow of a hill, and heavy braking zone DRS down into there as well. Through into turn 6 now, possibly the best section on the circuit. Through 7 up towards turn 8, very difficult corner because you're braking and turning uphill as well. Over the top of the waterfall through turn 9 into 10 and 11, go wide at 10, cut it back to 11, nicely done, back downhill, and then back uphill through 12 into 13, nicely handled. And then you're into turn 14, the MotoGP long lap loop is on the outside there, and then through turn 15, very long right hander, going over the top of the hill, then back down, and then back up again to start a lap time with a 1:18.416 as the Haas benchmark. There's plenty more cars coming our way. Omar coming through 7 up towards 8. Kislesko has left the session once again. I'll invite him in a couple of moments' time. As Cal goes 19-0, here comes the RB. Really trying to handle that steering wheel. Isn't quite able to. Rizzler starts a lap. Kesjar in the pit lane. Did seem to have made a mistake. Craig goes fastest. Here's Kirby. Goes to second place. Nicely done by the American. As Tom Gorin invalidates his lap. Lord James up to the top as well now from 7th to 1st with a 17.758. Very good lap time. Here's Omar up to the start line. Goes to 5th place. Second last of all the drivers so far. And then here is, where's Rizzler at? I don't know why I decided to do that in a Scouse accent, so I can only apologise to the Scouse community if it was crap. Yells in the second sector, that will be for Cal moving out of the way. Deton seems to be a new face to me, is in the driving seat for one of the 2 McLarens, the other being Kislesko, who actually reminds me I need to invite him, but we'll round out the lap with the Aston Martin coming through the penultimate corner, and then over the top of the hill. The camera angles that you can get through here are absolutely insane. Up to the top, Rizzlers goes to third place, 17.881. So quite a few drivers setting sub 17 lap times. It's a relatively short lap in terms of distance as well, because the race itself is going to be 33 laps long. As Deton comes up to the first sector checkpoint. It's apparently fastest first is 22.4. That's pretty good, all things considered, as he comes through turn 5. Into 6, through the right-hander at 7, lift ever so slightly, and then you're braking for turn 8 as well. Second sector hits just after 10 and 11, so after here. What's the time? 52.9, just shy of 53. That's not bad going, as the track keeps rubbering up and making its way towards peak grip, at least in this qualifying session. Into the final couple of corners now, because let's go back in play. We should see him back on track in a couple of moments' time. As he comes up to the line, 17.7 to beat, goes into 5th place, 18.2 is his time, just behind Kirby, just ahead of Lightshock Tom Gorian, the Scouser actually. So Tom, I apologise if I screwed up my mock-up of an accent brief moments ago. He's coming through the final corner now as well. And up to the line again. It's not a very long run to the line out of the final corner, but you've got that hill to contend with, and he goes into 7th place. 1:18.537 is his benchmark set with 11 to go. Lord James is going again, and he's got the opportunity to go for another lap if he so desires. Does he? Yes, he does. He will see him in about 1:15 again. Moves down with Kesjar as he winds his way through this twisty middle sector. Ooh, struggling there on grip through turn 8. Difficult corner to get right, of course. So that's not particularly a surprise. He swings it through 9 into 10 and 11. Ooh, and there he goes on traction. And hits the advertising boards as well. Well done, mate. Right. Gizlesko, Eldikitaria, he's validated his lap. Tom Gorian is coming into the pit lane. Deton's going again, if he so wishes. But what about Lord James? He's coming through to the top of turn 8. Very much on the middle of that curb on exit. Careful for the gravel. You can very easily spin out if you make any sort of contact with it. Taking it wide through 10 and then into 11. Quarter of a second up, almost 3/10 to be fair. Bear in mind, again, this is also on the medium tyre. His first lap was also on the medium tyre. Is this the same? This is the same set of mediums that he's used since the very first lap. There's a car that's parked just on the side there, 17.3. I'm not really sure who that is. What is that? Oh, can't quite see. Oh, that's LTK Terrier. That's who it is. What is this man doing? Are you trying to spite someone, perhaps? Or I should hope not. But the mind boggles, I suppose. Let's go off board, look at Cal. He's slow so far. What can he do through this first sector? He's 2/10 up and fast this first sector as well. So everybody seems to be doing quite well in about the 22.4, 22.5 range for that first sector. Is this second sector where things can get tricky, because there's only really sort of 2 braking zones and 1 sort of difficult section where you can really lose time. So everybody's sort of doing it pretty similarly. 3/10 of a second up, 3.5. But this is going to be the big sector, I think, where he made the mistakes. He was fastest first, fastest second as well. Is the Scotsman in the Sauber. As we're on board here, he comes up to the line. It's a 17.3 to beat. You'd think on the soft tyres that would be beatable, but it doesn't seem to be. He goes from 9th to 8th place. He's almost half a second up is Cal, and he immediately moves to the side to let this man through. Omar, 18-8, as Kozlesko is going to be aiming to beat his 24-6. Nowhere near representative of that man, but regardless, it is still a time on the board, at least 1.3 up after the first sector. And again, is also in that 22-4, 22-5 area. So everybody's sort of setting a similar time through that first sector. And it's really that second and third sector which is catching people out. Vapid about to start a lap, as is Kesjar once again. Craig trying to beat his best, but he managed to make a scruff up in the first sector, 22.7 for him, which is actually 7/10 down on his personal best. But of course, there's still 2 other sectors to go, one of which triggers in just a brief moment. And he's 1.6 down, so that's not going to be an improvement for that man as Kozlesko goes to 5th. What about Omar? Is he going to improve on his time? He goes from 10th to stay 10th. He improves his time to within 400ths, actually, of Cal, but can't quite make up a position on the Scotsman. What about Kesjar? Once again, spins. Manages to keep it, I was going to say manages to keep it on track, but he wasn't really able to quite do that now, was he? Now he's going to struggle on exit, makes it to the asphalt, then the gravel, then the asphalt once again. And I imagine he's going to be coming into the pits once again with 6 to go. Angelo, first time he's been out on track. What about Light Shock as well? He's coming into the final couple of corners, into the final corner, which is Galp Corner. As I've recently found out. Light Shock just about keeping it within track limits in the penultimate corner. And he goes to 5th within 6 thousandths of Kozlesko. And Vapid does go faster. He goes 22-17-226. As Omar is once again. What about Angelo? He's going to be setting a valid lap. Well, you never really know when you see something like that. And into the first corner here of the magnificent Portimao circuit in on the Algarve coast. My name's Casper, happy to be with you as always. Can't get my words out today, Jesus Christ. You'd think, having seen Deadpool and Wolverine yesterday with my dad, I'd be able to, but clearly not, as it may seem. Ooh, back end sliding. Keeps it in though, just about. That's what she said. Comes through the sweeper at 9, wide at 10, cut back to 11. Again, it's a sort of a similar corner, but inverse to Silverstone's Brooklands. On the end of the Wellington Straight, as into now turn 14 and then 15 on the big right-hander, big old right-hander. Some people call this a better Barcelona, and I don't think I'd really argue when he comes into the pit lane. Deton coming down towards turn 5. Breaking into there is crucial because, again, you've got a DRS zone. It's not particularly long, mind you, but it is still a DRS zone. It is still a possible overtaking opportunity, as is sort of turns 10 and 11, which are coming to now. If you can force your car up the inside through there, that is a definite possibility. And then if you can stay side by side, you could realistically have your battle done by the time you get to turn 13, which is that left-hand hairpin. And then you've got the very open right-hand hairpin, which is sort of broken in twain. And here he comes. He's going to improve by a quarter of a second. 18007. Hello, James Bond. Did not quite expect to see you today. Well, with 3 to go, we've got plenty more cars on track. Kesjar out once again. LT Kitsaria out once again. Angelo still in the pits, and there's plenty more out on laps. One person to keep an eye out is Lord James. I don't think he's quite done a lap on soft tyres yet. It's going to be very interesting to see what this man can pull out. Got very, very, very close. Half a second up as well, so we could be seeing a 1:16 time here. In fact, as long as he doesn't make a meal of the final sector, we probably will be seeing a 1:16 time, because it's a 17:39 to beat, and he's up by over half a second through the first two sectors. Around the final corner he comes, Lord James from second. Is he going to leap into pole position, and can he get a 16? Yes, he can. It's a 16.689. Your move, Vapid. Tamgorian coming out of turn 8 on what could plausibly be his final lap, although he's going to be able to have at least one, possibly even 2 bites of the cherry, should he want it, as he's 4/10 up again, so that might get him a position if he can keep it up throughout the rest of the lap. The whole field is split by just shy of 2 seconds across all 12, as there's more coming across the line. Lightshock starting a lap. I think that's that's Deton starting a lap as well. Tom Gorian goes from 9th to 8th as Lightshock has left the session. We'll invite him back in just a second. Kirby braking for turn 5. Ooh. Mercedes moving out of the way. That'll be Tom Gorian into turn 3. What about Kesjar? Where's he going to end up? 3.5 tenths up after the first sector. That's pretty good going overall. And now he comes through turn 6 into 7. You really want to just lift ever so slightly. As Vapid is on an out lap as well. He's coming into the final corner now, so we'll jump onto him once we're done with Kesjar. 1:35.4 is his best time so far, but again, that is nowhere near representative. That's very close to a GT time, and that is that time done. He could come in and go again, which I imagine is what he's going to do, but we'll keep an eye. See if he can improve his time. Lightshock is back. Vapid through turn 4 uphill. Very interesting corner coming into the race. 22.3. He's 3/10 down. So a couple of the guys even hitting 22 flats here. Well, flat to at least 3/10 of a second. But I know that places like IndyCar measure to 4. In certain cases, the checkered flag does come out, and it is going to be Kislesko first to take the flag, goes to 5th place. There's a Mercedes further back. LTK Tarrier starts from the pit lane as Cal coming into the final couple of corners. He's 0.44 up on his PB, which again might be a position or 2, but it's not going to be all too spectacular unless he can keep it up through the rest of this. And he goes into 6th place, 16.812. There's a Ferrari behind. Vapid improves his time but not his position. You would think, especially now that Rizzler's gone into the pit lane, that does seem to be it. Angelo's in the gravel. As Kirby sort of really the only person that can improve his time. I wouldn't think it's worth much in terms of position. Could be 1, maybe 2 if you can pull out one hell of a final sector. But where's Kirby? Goes to 10th. Angelo, what are you doing? What on earth are you doing? Not quite sure what he's trying there, but all this is doing is holding up qualifying at this moment in time. But that is your qualifying results on the left side of your screen. Lord James in pole, ahead of Vapid, Rizzlers and Craig in 4th. Kislesko 5th, Cal 6th, D. Ton in 7th. Lightshock retired pretty late on in the session in 8th place. Angelo 9th, Kirby 10th, with Tom Gorian, Omar, Kesjar setting times. which for Kestrel isn't quite as representative as one would have hoped. However, it's still a time, which is more than what can be said for Tarrier. He did not set a time in the end, as we're just waiting for either the minute to tick down or for Angelo to actually come into the pit lane. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this opportunity to grab two things. Grab a bottle, because I will have the drink, and a spare set of batteries, because my Xbox, just as I loaded it up, was shouting at me, "Casper, your controller's on low battery." I'm going to have a spare pair of batteries in case my batteries do decide to commit suicide in the middle of the race, so that I can just quickly bosh, swap them. Done. That is how you do it. So just waiting for Angelo to come into the pit lane. There we go. You've timed out, man. That's not irritating at all in any way, shape or form, but you know. But there you can see the results for qualifying. Lord James on pole, Vapid second, Rizzlers third, Craig fourth, Kozlesko fifth, Cal in sixth place as your top six. 33 laps in Portugal here at the roller coaster coming your way. You can just see from the views behind the timing, it's going to be pretty good. Don't go anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm possibly going to see if it is possible to drag somebody on stream. And for this first one, going to invite someone who mildly irritated probably quite a few people, as we just wait for them to time out in qualifying at the very end. So hopefully Angelo is able to come on in a couple of moments' time. Meanwhile, let's quickly run you through the driver standings after two races so far this season. Let me open up right now. Where's RFL? There's RFL. We go at 29. So we're going in 4 minutes' time. And it is Lord James leading the pack with 51 points out of Vapid in second, Tom Gorian in third, and Kozlesko in fourth place, Rizzlers in fifth, Angelo sixth, LTK Tarrier seventh, F1 New Zealand in eighth, Junior Correa ninth, Tropic 10th, Vibes 11th, Craig 12th, Omar 13th, the Dutchman, if you know, you know. And Cal in 14th and Kashar in 15th place. Team standings, Ferrari ahead of Mercedes and Aston Martin, but we're only 3 races in, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Okay. Should we try inviting somebody else? Who would be down for a brief interview? I wonder. See if Vapid's down. I wonder. Well, we're on round 3 of 20. Let's just quickly also run you through the rest of the calendar because it is a juicy one. If I can find it. Hello, Vapid. Hello, Vapid. How are you? I'm all right. Have you ticked the box? Okay. How was that, P2?
Yeah, I'm happy with it, but I feel like it could have been more if I didn't make my big mistake at turn 1. But I'll take it.
Yeah. Second in the championship. I know it's early doors, but you know, 2 rounds in, are you gunning for it?
I mean, James is a hard one to beat. So I mean, if I get the opportunity, I'll go for it. But yeah, he's not going to be an easy person to beat. I'll say that.
What's tire strategies looking like around here? Softs, mediums, hards, which is sort of the preferred tire?
Um, I would probably the softs are actually holding up a lot more better than to be
Hmm.
expected. So I would probably say a soft to medium or medium to soft is probably the way to go. Um, the soft tire seems to be holding up very well. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of drivers starting on the softs.
Do you do you think that the hard could be in play here?
It could be if we get an early safety car, but unless we don't get an early safety car, I could probably see a lot of drivers either using softs or mediums.
All right, cool. And just one more quick question because I don't want to hold you too long because we're getting ready to go in just a couple of seconds. Um, what was I going to ask? Oh, I cannot remember. Oh yeah, how was Jenna last time out?
I was from my perspective, I thought Jeddah was pretty horrific. I couldn't get the car working at all, and it was the lack of practice as well because I had just came back from a holiday and I was kind of just hit the ground running and
Ouch.
trying to get the car ready. But yeah, the car setup wise was horrific.
Oh,
But
I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't quite been able to watch back the race because I wasn't here last week. But yeah, best of luck, mate. We'll see you after the race.
thank you.
All right. That was nice, wasn't it? Just brilliant to see. Okay, right, we're at the party now. So race tyres, we're going to see them in just a couple of moments' time. We're going to be getting ready to go in a couple of moments' time as well. So it's going to be very, very interesting. We heard from Vapid, softs, mediums seem to be the preferred tyre for the race. Which, yeah, I mean, it is pretty toasty here in Portimao. So generally, the soft and medium tyres will have much easier time to go about it. However, it is a bit cloudy, so who knows? It's going to be very, very interesting. I think everybody's started to press to go. There we go. There's your full 14 car field in all its absolute gorgeous glory. And what do you know? Most people are starting on the medium tyre. Heading into turn 1 for the first time. Vapid on the softs. Not quite as many people as he thought. It's only him and Cal that are on the soft tyre. Light shock on the hards as well. But everybody else on a brand new set of medium tyres. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I should mention, I'm also I don't want to say fully kitted out because I don't have the shorts, but I have like the Lidl flannel. Yes, the Lidl merch. I am part of the Lidl gang. I have Lidl flannel, and I have little flip flops in my suitcase which I actually need to get out. But I might not because I'm going to Lake District in 2 weeks. But it's very comfy. I do want more little merch. If anybody has spare little merch, please do let us know because I would like some. I would very much like some more little merch. I do love little merch. But anyway, enough enough about me and my enthusiasm about a German shopping supermarket clothing label. But you know, listen, it's comfortable, it's breezy. I got it today off my mother. It's very nice. I can't really complain. Overtaking opportunity. Let's get back to the race here. Well, down into turn 1 is generally the big one, but we could see through the final corner as well, going side by side, setting up the move for turn 1. Turn 5, the hairpin at the start of the second sector is usually a pretty good spot. And then 10 and 11 at the top of the hill. Again, go through 12 and 13, the left-hand hairpin. You can probably go for a move into there, although it isn't going to be particularly easy to do just that. As now, here we go, 33 laps here in Portimao. We've got 5 lights. And they've disappeared in Monaco. Looks in Portimao even, not in Monaco. What am I on about? It's still side by side. 3 wide, 4 wide further back. As here comes Rizzler's trying to make a move on Lord James. This is for second place. Vapid got a brilliant start on those soft tyres. I think Omar's made a mistake through the first corner as it's still 2 by 2. A little further back. Cal trying to get past Deton. He's one of the 2 on the soft tyre, so he needs to make the most of that softer compound he can. He's going to try around the outside of turn 5. Is it going to work? He's still 2 abreast. I think he's just about lost out on that one, so Cal down to 7th place. I think he just about had the traction to go for it into 7, but he could shut the door, did Deton, as it's also almost side by side as well, a little further ahead for 3rd and 4th, as Kesjar drops a couple of positions again. Coming through turn 8, we've seen him make a few mistakes in qualifying, and it doesn't seem to be that he's been able to figure out how to make it through that corner regularly well, which is again a big thing. A big thing also for Cal, he's been dropped by Tom Gorian, which I can't imagine he's all too happy about. Around the final corner, big old tyre cruncher is that one, 21.7. Is the fastest time set by Cal, as now we've got a little bit of a slipstream city into the first corner. We're going a little too wide, are we? Yes, we are. LTK Terrier still ahead of Light Shock as they head through turn 2. Bit of locking up as well into the 3rd corner. Deton still side by side. What's happened to Cal there? He's back in play, but I think he must have made a mistake or something, because he's got Angelo on his back now. You can see tyre strategies at the bottom of your screen. Down the inside, he tries. Can't quite make a move. Kirby looks for an outside move, though. There's a car on the inside. That is Tom Gorian making a mistake on the exit of 5, up through 6. Cal's got right back past him. He's back up to 7th place. But, unfortunately, that's not really changed his from his starting position. So, despite all the ups and downs, he's still in 7th place, and he's one of 2 on the soft tyre, the other being Vapid, and he's been able to pull away by a second. It's side by side on the exit of 11 through turn 12 up to 13. I think Angelo went a little too much on the curbs on the inside of 12. Possible bit of contact. We're on board with the Red Bull as into turn 14. LTK Terrier. Angelo again using quite a lot of the curb, and an opportunity here for Light Shock to make a move on Kirby. Hello, Mike. Hope you're well. As down the front straight here we go. We're going 2 wide. We're going 3 wide into turn 1. Lap 3 of 33. And LTK Terrier has been smoked by both into the first corner. He goes drifting through the second. But that is brilliantly done by both Light Shock and Kirby. They get ahead of the Mercedes. As another Mercedes is making moves on a Sauber. This time it's Cal and Tom Gorian as they head down into turn 5, and it's almost side by side. He almost had the traction there. But on lap 3 of 33, Vapid still leads from Lord James, Craig and Rizzlers, your top 4. Blimey, it's a lot happening, isn't it? Is that Mike? Yes, hello Mike. Hope you're well. You still on for Masters tomorrow by chance? I think Masters has finally got Andrew back, which is unfortunate for Mike because he has to spend time with Andrew. And if you want to spend some more time with Andrew, you can do, for whatever reason. Tomorrow night, 8 PM, ERC Masters is back in play. Here comes Rizzlers on Craig. This is for the podium now, into turn 1. He tries to cut him off, can't quite do it, hasn't quite got the space, goes wide, goes side by side. Almost contact with Craig, and it is still 2 abreast as they head through 3 up to 4. Difficult to go too wide through here and keep it on track. but they managed to get it done, and Craig defending very stoically from Rizzlers, but he's got the drive, has the Aston Martin, and can he cement that move this time around? No, he can't. Again, not quite got the traction. Out of turn 5, into 6, it's side by side through 7, almost into 8 as well. We're side by side for pretty much an entire half of a lap, and only coming through turn 9 have they gone out of lockstep. Brilliant stuff, and careful for Kozlowski in the back. God, truth, grief. I'm not saying grieve. I think I was trying to say geez Louise, and then it somehow got mixed into grease or something like that. Heavens no. All good. Yeah, I'm on Masters, matey. Listening to Andrew Drivel. Oh God, I know. Absolute drivel comes from the Shetland pony's mouth. But here comes Craig back at Rizzlers. On lap 5 of 33. There's one. There's the other. Kozlowski makes a move, as well as Tom Gorian does get past Deton. And it's also side by side again for Angelo and Cal. These two are very good friends, and they're co-commentators on a Tuesday night as well. So it is going to be really, really interesting to see how these guys fight. It wouldn't be for the first time, and it would not be for the last. Again, another change of position is side by side for 4th place. Opportunity for Craig to pull away from this, as we're on board with the McLaren as he heads through the middle sector into 7, up towards 8. Now, difficult corner. You're braking uphill, you're turning uphill, you're doing everything on an incline. Which makes the circuit all the more challenging, and all the more a better, in terms of pure driving experience, it's an absolute banger of a track, and I'm not having anybody tell me otherwise, because I absolutely bloody love it. Through turn 12 into 13 goes Angelo. We're on board with the Red Bull. Ooh, there he goes. That's Deton on traction. Losing time, losing positions. Very easy mistake to make. There's plenty of spots where traction is key, and that, my friends, was one of them. He's down to 11th place. There's another change for 3rd place as Craig tries to get right back past Rizzlers. Hits the curb on the inside as Kirby gets the first track limits penalty of the evening so far. Was that a bit of a mistake for Rizzlers? I do reckon it may have been. As into turn 5 we go once again. So let's go again, trying to stick to the back of the pack ahead. His teammate down to 11th place. I imagine not happy. Probably going to write another Instagram post about it. As he comes through turn 10 and 11. Again, taking it wide through 10. Cut it back into 11. And then through the sweeper at 12, kink at 13, hairpin at 13 even. They all make it through the sort of 90 degree, and then it sort of opens up corner at 14. We're on board with Kirby as he's coming through 15. We can see a great move for LTK Terrier on Cal with DRS assistance, and here comes Kirby as well to make the very same move a little bit later on down the straight. So Kirby up to 9th, Craig up to 3rd as well, so all change sort of at the bottom step of the podium, as Kozlowski is still in 5th place trying to chase after the guys ahead of him. Can he make any moves though? As you can see them just jetting off into the sunset through 6. As there's another change of position here. Deton back down the inside of Cal. Cal's softs not doing as well as predicted. We were talking with Vapid earlier. He was saying the softs were lasting longer than what was initially thought. So it's going to be, again, tyre strategy is key around here. This is a pretty heavy circuit on tyres, so I wouldn't be particularly surprised if we do see a few punctures here and there a little bit later on in the race. Up to 13 possible. Overtaking opportunity difficult to pull off, but not quite impossible, as we could be seeing a change for the lead now as well. Lord James closing up to Vapid, and he takes the lead for the first time since the very start of the race here on lap 8 of 33. We're almost a quarter of the way in, and the two Ferraris still leads as they have done for many laps already this season, and we're only on lap 3 of 50% league, so we've probably had, what, 70 laps completed so far, and I'd be willing to bet that these pair have led the considerable majority of them. Mike, while I have you, out of pure curiosity, how was RFL last week for you? I do believe you were in the box. Would love to know your perspective on how that race went. I was meant to ask you earlier, but I may or may not have completely forgotten, which is pretty typical for me, sadly. Through turn 8, over the top of the hill towards turn 9 now as well. Sweeping uphill. This battle is sort of staying intact with one another. Omar has left the session. Let me see if I can drag the madman back. Race director Don Omar. Invite to my game. Bob's your uncle. Good stuff. Currently in 13th place. I imagine probably just some sort of technical gremlin, which wouldn't surprise me. We've had quite a few of those over the past few weeks here at Casa de Casper. Here's Deaton on LTK Terrier. Can he make it stick? Thought the Mercedes was going to try and go back up the inside, but thankfully discretion better part of Valor just thinks better of it, because again, you've got to try and protect that car. If it was the later laps, okay, I'd say consider it, but you've got to protect the car, especially this early on in the race, because otherwise you're going to pick up damage and you'll be, well, screwed, is one way to put it. It's an unfortunate way to put it, but I think it is probably the best way to put it. Whoa, and they spin in synchrony! Well, isn't that funny? Both Deaton and LTK Terrier make a mistake, and now they were contained for about 9th and 10th, but they're 11th and 13th respectively, which is an unfortunate result for the Mercedes, because he was doing pretty well. He was climbing up the field slowly but surely, and he was going to make a move. I imagine, pretty soon. We're going to see one here, though, as Rizzles gets back past Craig into turn 1. He takes the defensive line through the third corner in the middle of the road. As up towards turn 4 through to 5 now. TK Towers retired from the session in the pit lane. It's the first retirement, at least this time, has made it into a double digit in terms of laps completed. Lap 10, 33, 24 to go. Plenty of good stuff still to come. And if you like what you're seeing, we've got 17 more races of this. 17 more weeks of absolute chaos incarnate. Well, maybe not chaos incarnate, but plenty of racing action to be had here with RFL every Saturday night at 8 PM on international_paddock Twitch. As I end the branding segment, I don't know. It's not an actual branding segment, don't worry. We're just advertising our own services. Yeah. But the top two again are split by less than half a second. They've been very, very close to each other for most, if not all, of the race so far. As now they come through the hairpin at 5. You can see the track on the inside, just above the F1 logo. If we can go to there, the light grey track, that is what the motorbike use coming through there. It's the only difference in the track compared to what the actual four-wheelers use. They use the slightly tighter hairpin through there, which gives them a little bit more speed and a little bit more ability to do stuff through there as well. So that's why that little bit of track is there for anybody who happens to be unaware of this fact. Rizzler's in 4th place at the moment, coming up towards turn 14. Geller's in the 2nd sector. That's probably for Kesjar again. Yes, it is. Now they come over the top of hill towards turn 1 once again. We're down to 22 to go. We're past the 3rd now. And these three are battling for one singular spot atop the podium. The lowest one granted, but it's still a position atop the podium, regardless of what you say. Because you will say, I've won a podium. Yes, it was a 3rd place. And the actual lead drivers were however many seconds ahead of me. But I got a podium. Yeah. I need to put the lights on. I will do that in a minute. We're going 2 wide. We're going 3 wide once again. Down into turn 5. Deaton stays exactly where he is, or does he drop down a position to Cal now as well? They're still side by side. We're on board with the Sauber. Cal has the inside line, but the swooping outer line and being able to carry a little bit more speed through there gives Deaton the advantage. So Light Shock 9. I believe he's made up 2 positions. As Cal is down 1 and Deaton is up 1, I believe. I am going to go put the lights on. Because it is getting dark. Yes, it's getting dark. It's only 9 o'clock. Well, 10 to 9. I am absolutely shattered. Rizzler's down the inside of Craig once again. So this is a battle that's going to be brewing for, I imagine, quite the rest of the race. They're still side by side. You see the tyres on the left side of your screen now as well. They come through turn 4. He's got a little bit more speed, has Rizzler's. He's forced Craig on the outside of turn 3. He probably just about had enough racing room, but regardless, he was still forced out there. They're still 2 abreast. You can see him on the left there, but he makes it through to Rizzler, so he's keeping the position, at least for now. There is still 21 laps. Well, 20 as the leaders cross the line, which Vapid on the soft tyre, you'd think he needs to come into the pit lane soon, run 20 laps on medium tyres. That will probably be a-okay. However, of course, each driver does set their own strategies. There's no set sort of expectation for these guys, if you know what I mean. Starting at 14, so we're now down to 20 to go. We're on board with Kislesko as he comes through the top of the hill. This is the sound and this is the visual of that view exactly. As Kislesko goes to the left, he's going to go try around the outside of turn 1. Unable to do so. Can he get the cut back? Yes, he is. He's side by side as they come through turn 2. Up towards the 3rd corner. He's still 2 abreast. Nicely done. Well defended by Craig. Now the question is, he's got the inside line towards turn 5, but he doesn't really need to defend it that much because, well, first of all, he's behind him, and second of all, on the scene comes Angelo and Tom Gorian, which I imagine he is very, very happy to see is Craig, because then he's got more horses in the fight. And for anybody wondering, I have squash for drinking tonight. No beer, no vodka or anything, although I could have some vodka. No alcoholic beveraginos. Beveragino de Campos. Or even some would say Beveragino de Campo. God, I'm funny. We're on board with Tom Gorian as he comes through. Craig, the first pit caller, He's come into the pits off the mediums. What's he going to put on? Probably too early for softs. Might be a smidge too late to make the hard tyre work its expected difference. However, we'll see once the time comes. He's coming into the pit lane now as well. Where's he coming out? He's coming out ahead of Kesjar. Kesjar is coming through turn 14 now, so with all due respect to him, that's not particularly difficult in the old grand scheme of things. Is Kesjar being in 13th place. Change of position for 8th and 9th is side by side for Lightshock and Deton. You're as funny as a rat trap on the end of my willy. Well, thanks, Mike. I'll take that as a compliment. At least to make you feel something, eh? Make you more in touch with your feelings, eh? Vapid also in the pits. I reckon possibly a little too long on that soft tyre stint. However, on the mediums, run him to the end, and I think he'll be absolutely fine in terms of strategy, unless, of course, we're going to see a late safety car, which we very well could do. Kozlesko into second place now as well, as he gets ahead of the AMR of Rizzlers. Lock up into turn 3. Light shots in the pits as well. And now we're coming up towards turn 5. He's going to go to the left. Yes, he does. Down into turn 5. He's got the inside line. It's 2x2 further back. Noah's Ark very much coming through here. And it's still 2x2. Kozlesko and Rizzlers. Angelo and Tom Gorian having a scrap behind. Rizzlers gets ahead of Kozlesko, and Tom Gorian gets ahead of Angelo, partially by virtue of Angelo going off track, coming through turn 7, which you may have seen, or you may not have seen. It depends on what you like seeing, I suppose, really. Up towards turn 13, we're on board with the Italian, recently come back from a holiday, well refreshed. He'll be back not only behind the wheel as he is tonight, but in the comms box as well. Tuesday night with Cal, and Thursday night with myself on Extra 2. Rizzlers in comes out from 3rd place. He's going to be coming into the pits now as well. We're on lap 17 of 33, 17 to go, so we're midway. Hurrah, chin chin. And what do you know? I thought he was serving a penalty. I didn't see him pick one up. Where's he going to come out? There's Omar. Vapid is, give or take, 10.5, 11 seconds ahead. Something along those lines. I think for them that would be alright. Yellow's in the first sector. That's a slow car, and I do believe that is Craig. Does seem to be. But let's jump back on with this battle for P2. Is he seriously not invite to my game? There we go. Sorry, just trying to bring him back because he's all in AI and everything, and it's unfortunate because he's doing pretty well, all things considered. Lightshot picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Yellow's in the second sector. That's for Kesjar. As here comes Kozlesko down the inside. Can Angelo do the exact same thing? You bet he can. He's going to, or at least he's going to give it a good go into turn 1. And that is a move done here on lap 18. 16 left to go here in Portimao. Everything's sort of strung out ever so slightly. It doesn't necessarily always mean that it's a bad thing, because we've still got this little battle going on at the moment. Tom Gorian, Angelo and Kozlesko, 2nd, 3rd and 4th at the moment, but I reckon possibly 3rd, 4th, 5th maybe. Maybe a 4th, 5th and 6th. Could be interesting. Depends on how a few things work out, of course. Nothing is ever perfect. We're on board with Kislesko, the third of the three. As in goes Tom Gorian, trying to keep the slipstream away from Angelo, as now we've got 3 different teams leading the top 3 for the first time, pardon me, in this race. Pardon me. Crikey. Sorry, Mocha, gonna get some practice in. All the best. Speak soon. Yeah, mate. We'll see you soon. I'll see if I can get you in a party maybe post race. We need to ask about a few things. Kirby also very close to the back of Vapid Coot 74. However, I do imagine that. Well, first of all, Kirby will need to pit, and second of all, Vapid should have better tyres, and I do believe he is. He's 1.2 seconds up on his own time. On Kirby, he's improving that consistently. Keshoff retires from the race. Constant trouble for that man, as in comes Lord James in from the lead. Could we see a lead change here? Keshoff forever has left the session now as well, so he will not be coming back. Question, are we going to see a change in position for the lead? Yes, we are. I thought we were going to get one just as we were coming through, but thankfully not the case. Lord James comes out in 4th place. He is also, well, first of all, he is also on the soft tyre, and second of all, he is within 1.5 seconds of his teammates, which again, these pair have been battling pretty heavily for thingy. Donos Omar says he has to go, can't take part in the rest of this race. For anybody who would want a little bit of a sneak preview of what's happening next week as well, because of course this is a big old racing series, there's plenty of races to go around. There's 21 in fact, I thought that was just 20. It's Imola then Silverstone in rounds 4 and 5. Round 6 is Zandvoort, 7 is Italy, 8 is Belgium, 9 is Baku, 10 is Singapore, 11 is Austria, and then, yeah. That's your first half of the season. That's how that is going to shake out. And every race is going to be able to call an international paddock, because here comes Lord James making a move. He's catching his teammate with 13 to go. Question is, can he pull away, or are those softs going to degrade really, really quickly, which is what we saw in the first half of the race? Or is it possibly going to be that he's going to be able to manage those tyres and stay ahead? Could be interesting. Either way, 4 cars within 3 seconds of each other. That's the battle you've got for the lead. 2 of which have pitted, 2 of which have not. You'd think logically, easy game for the 2 Ferraris who've pitted. However, both Angelo and Kislesko are very formidable opponents in and of themselves. I would not be surprised if, pardon me, if they manage to hold out a good few laps indeed. Only people we're missing pit stops from are, well, Angelo and Kislesko, because of course Omar had to leave earlier, and it's side by side for 3rd and 2nd, as Lord James does get ahead of Kislesko. I think, could he quite get the drawback? No, he does not. He doesn't get the draft back. He stays in 4th place in Vapid. And Lord James even gets ahead of Angelo as well. So the 2 Ferraris once again battling for the lead here in Spielberg. As Tom Gorian makes their way past both of them here with 12 laps to go. we've got some big news coming for International Paddock as well. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m, to see what that news exactly is. Rizzler's ahead of Angelo. That is for 5th and 6th place. Behind him, Kozlesko, very, very close behind. Could be seeing a move here into turn 5. He goes to the driver's left, our right. But I think he's made it through without showing anybody the door or anything like that. Well, to be fair, he showed it himself. He's given himself a 3-second time penalty. So as it stands, he'd probably lose to 7th place. Purely because of Omar and the time that's missing. But again, we're fighting side by side. Where's Rizzlers and Kozlesko as they come through turn 12, 13. Slightly wide is the Sponge car. The Kozlesko McLaren car. So we're here now with 11 to go. The two Ferraris are essentially lockstep. Vapid has sort of got, well, he's not sort of got ahead, he has got ahead of Lord James. Now the question is, can he stay ahead on his medium for the next 10 laps, or are the softs going to pressure him into making a decision for from behind? I'll let you all mull over that for a second, because Lesko and Angelo are still as close can be through turn 8. Now over the top of the hill into 9. And then through 10 and 11. Difficult zone that area is. Is there anything else that I can check? What were the race results? Pardon me. Lord James won ahead of Tom Gorian and Vapid Coot last time. Lord James is looking pretty likely to at least be getting that second place. Could he get the first place? I don't know. What I do know is Angelo's got ahead of Kozlesko. Well, ahead of Craig even now as well. So that is up for 4th place for that Red Bull. And now chasing after Tom Gorian. Going to be also pretty interesting to see Craig into turn 5 in 5th place. It's getting pretty chilly. I mean, I know it's night time, but it's summer. I'm going to close the big window because it is getting pretty parky out. Ooh, side by side, here we go. This is for 10 and 11 into into 10 and 11 for P5. Nicely handled by Kozlesko. He's got that move done and dusted. We're going to see a move again for the lead. Lord James takes it off Vapid Coot this time. He keeps it coming into turn 1. Are we going to see this battle constantly repeating itself through 1, 2, and 3 once again? Or is this a one-time, I'm done kind of thing? He's pulling away as if he was absolutely done. Wow. Pardon me. Fourth, fifth, sixth, Angelo, Kozlesko, Craig still 2 abreast. Still very, very close. Almost 3 abreast. We have seen moments where it's been almost 3 abreast. It was 4 on the start as well. So if you want to go watch that start, go watch the start. After this, though, please finish watching this before you jump over there, please. But yeah, no, it's gonna be good. We'll see. We'll see what these guys have in store. Lord James 18022. As again, another change of position for first and second. Vapid ahead of Lord James. That is again for the lead of the race, and closing the gap possibly for Vapid Coot, or extending it even further for Lord James. 3 on the spin in this season it would be, and I imagine with many race wins also in previous seasons as well, so you'd think it's a pretty he's definitely going to be a championship contender, as is Vapid Coot. Tom Gorian could squeeze himself in there. I know it's early doors, so you can't really say, oh, they're going to win, they're going to win. But you can sort of start to see some trends coming in, right? So you've got the two Ferraris leading good chunks of the race. Tom Gorian in third place, again, same as Bahrain. In third, as here we go, we're on board with Lord James, third place in the championship last year, trying to get past second place last season even, second place now in the championship standings. Are they going to revert to their championship order at the moment, or are they going to have it out? Well, we've got 7 laps to decide that. We're here with RFL. Round 3 of 21. After this, we're 14% done. It's like 14.218, whatever the actual fraction is. It's a recurring fraction. So you literally won't hear the end of it, because it just keeps going on forever, forever, forever. 27 of 33. Third, fourth and fifth, Tom Gorian, Angelo Lissino, Kislesko in this battle. Bit of a problem on exit of turn 8 ever so slightly as well. As they come back up the hill through towards 10 and 11. Again, back end just wobbling ever so slightly. Into turn 12. Craig also. Unfortunate for Craig, he was really sort of in the midst of this battle and then got into a bit of a mistake, and unfortunately was unable to recover from it. However, hopefully in the next race we'll be able to see something much, much, much better like that. Hello, Razzle 22. Glad to see you. Here's Kirby down the inside. Still 2 abreast. Coming through the second corner. A little bit deep went Kirby. And again, deep goes the American. When he goes into 8th place opportunity into turn 5. As we wait for a move. Are we going to see a move again? It's very, very deep. Can he get the switch back? No, not quite. Those softs, how long has he had those softs on? 7 laps. Okay, they're still probably pretty good. However, they're not going to be ideal. It's going to be a little bit difficult to make a move. However, as I always say, not impossible to make a move. Difficult is not the same as impossible, ladies and gents. Take of that what you will. But, yeah. Let's jump back to third, fourth, fifth, Angelo, Tom Gorian, Kislesko. They've been, again, sort of hands to hips with each other for quite a little while on the curbs on the entry and exit of turn 1, not through the apex, thankfully. Rizzlers just does get past Kirby. That is for turn 3. How can he get back into turn 5? No, not quite. He's looking, he's thinking, but unfortunately can't quite pull off any kind of move like that. Craig is still in 6th. Rizzler's still in 7th, stays ahead of Kirby in 8th. We're about to start 4 to go here. And we're on board with Lord James. How's the fuel switch going? Both of them are good. Let's see if anybody else is on the fuel. I think everybody is absolutely a-okay in terms of the fuel. There's no need to worry about it anymore. Razzle says, "Yeah, yes." It's honestly a cracking race. There's battles sort of up and down. They're not consistent, but they're still there. As Cal does get past Omar, that's 10th, 11th, swapped around. But remember, Omar is in AI mode, so you think it should be a little bit easier to get ahead of, however. Each person to their own. Tom Gorian down the inside of Angelo. They're still 2 abreast as they head up towards turn 6 through the kink. A little more speed for the Red Bull, and he does defend that position pretty staunchly. And again, we're almost now on 3 to go. That's how quickly a lap can go around here. It's a minute 20 in race pace, or at least it was at the start, so it's probably dropped down a couple of seconds here and there. Oof, and there we go. Starting another lap. We're on board with Lord James. Can he possibly make the move into that first corner? Does he? No, thankfully he doesn't. And again, we're seeing this battle. Angelo, Tom Gorian and Kislesko, 3rd and 4th and 5th, having at it. Going to see any fireworks from this trio. Kislesko looking for a move down the inside. No. Thankfully for his car, he thinks better of it and doesn't go for that move. Put myself some more squash as well. If anybody knows those massive Gymshark bottles, that's what I've got currently full of squash. Because it's pretty heavy. I've just got a glass. I'm just using the glass. And also really gets in the way of the microphone as well, because I am on an headset as we're side by side, Rizzlers and Kirby once again. Kirby holding that outside line. Ooh, forcing each other off track. I think there was a little bit of contact. It didn't quite look like it. It might have just been netcode. As Kirby again goes deep into 8th, but those softs are still working well. Tom Gorian's got 3 seconds for track limit, so no matter really what he does, he's going to finish 5th. Angelo 4th, so Kislesko would inherit 3rd place purely based on the penalties. As we're on the penultimate lap now with the leaders, as these guys are coming through turn 13. You can't really see them, now you can. See the stands packed with pupil. Over the top of the hill once again. Are we going to see possibly another move from Tom Gorian on Angelo? Does he dare look? Does he dare try? Does he dare think to make one into there? Turn 5. Doesn't go for one through there. We're about to start the final lap here in Portugal. Driver of the day, I'm going to say, let's have a look at position changes. Yeah, I'm going to say, actually no, I'm not going to say Angelo. I can't really say Tom Gorian either. How many penalties has Angelo got now? He's got 6. Okay. That's fine. I thought he had more than that, if I'm honest. But here we go, starting the final lap. This is the last real opportunity where we're going to see some very good racing action. Kislesko closing, Kislesko closing, Kislesko closing. But no avail for the man draped in orange. Well, let's have a look at this top 2. The winner is going to be one of these 2. You'd think they're not going to get a penalty, so unless anything drastic happens, Vapid He's going to pick this race up for his own in the Ferrari battle. Omar disqualified from session for failure to use two different tyre compounds. I don't think that's much of a concern considering he's AI, but we're on board with Lord James. Vapid into the final corner. Is he going to get passed by Lord James on the line? Big question. They're closing in. I think he's okay. He is okay. Vapid takes the win here in RFL in Portugal. Who's going to take third here, though? I do believe Kislesko, once the penalties are factored in, will take that third place away from Angelo and Tom Gorian. But we'll see once they actually come across the line. It's not a very long run out of the line. Out the final corner, here he comes. And Kislesko does take it. Brilliant stuff for the McLaren. I can imagine he's very, very, very happy with that. Craig in 6th. Rizzler's in 7th. Kirby in 8th. Unfortunate for Kirby. He was having a pretty good battle with the AMR car. And Light Shark, Deton, and Cal ran out the field. I think driver of the day, I'm going to go Kislesko because that's a brilliant run for the McLaren there. Pardon me. And there's the last car. Brilliant stuff here in Portimao. Tom Gorian, the game's driver of the day. Well, I mean, it's been an absolute cracker of a race. Moves here, moves there, moves absolutely everywhere. And I cannot absolutely wait to see what we've got in store. 3 rounds down, there's still 18 to go. It's a long race, but Vapid has certainly entered himself into championship potential. I can't wait to see what happens over the next couple of months. We'll see if he's able to capitalise on this in Imola next week out. But that is it from us here at International Paddock. We'll watch the drivers have the champagne and then we'll end the stream there. Thank you all very, very much for watching. We hope you've all had a great evening and we'll see you tomorrow for Masters. Bye-bye.